Hi, this is Mrs. Oakley, and today we're going to look at multiplication lesson 11. Now, we've been in the last lesson, in lesson 10, we talked about standard multiplication. We did a 2-digit by a 1-digit. Now we're going to do a 2-digit by a 2-digit. And I need you to pay close attention because this is where it gets tricky. It's not any harder than what we did before if you remember a couple things. Okay, so you will want to get a colored pencil for this because you're going to want to keep track of the different steps by different colors. So I would suggest going in and getting 3 different colors. I'm going to use pink, blue, and I'm going to use, let's see, I'll use pink, blue, and green. Okay. So first and foremost, pink, step 1. We're going to use step 1 is using the 1s digit. Okay. So 9 times 7, and 9 times 7, we know that 9 times 7 is, I lost my pen, people. Oh, there it is 63. So we're going to put the 3 down here, and we're going to carry the 6. Okay. And then I'm going to get a different color. I'm going to use blue this time for step 2. 9 times 5 is 45 plus 6 is 51. Okay. Now you've been used to that. That's the exact same thing that you've been doing. But now for step 3, this is where it gets a little trickier. So step 3 is putting a 0 because why we put that 0 is we're moving into the tens place. So our first answer has to be in the tens place. But again, we can't leave the ones place open. So we put that placeholder or that 0 there. Okay. Now we just go back and we do the same step 1 and step 2 using the 2 instead. So I'm going to get my pink out. So 2, I'm going to cross this out because I used it. 2 times 4, or 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. And then I'm going to get my blue out again. And then 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. And then all you have to do from there is add. Okay. Biggest step, everybody. I'd suggest getting a highlighter and reviewing this right here. I would highlight place the 0 because I will tell you most of the time when I go and I see students that made mistakes on double digit multiplication, I look at it and they understood they have to say 9 times 7 and 9 times 5. And they understand they have to do 2 times 7 and 2 times 5. But they don't line it up correctly because they forget that 0 and then the answer is completely off. So remember the 0. All right, let's do this one. 37 times 38. Actually, let me erase that. I want to put this in a different color because I want to be able to use my blue. So let's put 37 times 38. Okay, now getting my pink. Remember the first step is 8 times 7 is 56. I'm going to carry that 5 over. I'm going to get my blue because I'm going to move to 8 times 3 is 24 plus 5 is 29. And I'm going to X that out because I've used it. Now, remember, my next step is that placeholder because I'm moving into the tens. I have to start my answer in the tens. All right, pink back. 3 times 7 is 21. Pull the 2 up. Then we have 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2 is 11. And then we just add 6 and 0. It gives me 10, carry the 1. It gives me 4. My answer is 1,406. Great job. Let's try another one. All right, I'm going to get black. I'm going to go 84 times 56. Okay. All right, getting out my pink. 6 times 4 is 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 2 is 50. Good job. Now moving to the next number, so I'm going to get rid of this. I used it, put my placeholder. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry another 2. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 2 is 42. We're going to add and get me 4074. So my answer is going to be 4,704. Great job. All right, now it is your turn. I want you to do both problems. I want you to pause the video while you do them, and then I want you to come back here and check your work. Now, remember, what is the most important step that we talked about? Don't forget the 0. All right. All right, for this one, you should have said 52 times 54. And one of the things I should have told you before when we were doing the other problems is make sure everything you do in math has to be lined up and you need to be neat about it. If you are sloppy and you move your numbers around and you don't have them lined up, that's where mistakes come into play every single time. So 4 times 2 is 8. I have nothing to regroup because there's only one number. 4 times 5 is 20. Good job. Okay, what do I need? You're right, a placeholder. Okay, so here we go. 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. And then 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1 is 26. Add it. So I get 2,808. Okay, if you did not get this, I want you to go back and I want you to, on your paper, look to see where did you make the mistake. Did you make a mistake by multiplying? Did you forget to put the 0? Did you not line them up correctly, so you added? I want you to highlight where your mistake was. Because remember, we're all going to make mistakes, and mistakes are some of the best things we can do in math because it helps us learn, as long as we identify it and learn from it. All right, so let's look at this next one. This next one is 73 times 57. Okay, here we go. 7 times 3 is 21. Carry the 2. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 2 is 51. We're done with the 2 because we used it. Gotta remember that placeholder. Okay, so now we're moving to the tens place. So 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. And then we got 5 times 7 is 35, plus 1 is 36. I add these. 1, 6, 11, carry the 1, 4. So my answer is 4,161. Again, if you didn't get this correctly, I want you to go back, look at your answer, and I want you to highlight where did you make your mistake in the process. Did you multiply wrong? Did you not line them up wrong? Did you add wrong? Get that silly 0. Go ahead and do that. All right, then head back to class craft, and I will see you back here for lesson 12.